Fox and Friends. You can't get a better set of clowns than that. We're going to go to Steve Doocy, who's going to be doing a weather report, but he can't help himself. He's got to inject politics into weather as well. Let's go to clip number 12 here.
Meanwhile, let's take a look at the day outside, and it is frightful. Currently, for the most part, the 48 connected states are nice and dry, with the exception of the Pacific Northwest. That's the good news. The bad news is, man, is it cold. Right now in Minneapolis, the air temperature is 9 below zero. International Falls in Minnesota yesterday had a recorded temperature of 37 degrees below zero. That is the coldest temperature that town has had since 1911. Yeah, that global warming thing's really kicking into high gear, isn't it?
Look, people make this joke all the time. Look, if he's just saying it as a joke, okay, I get it, whatever. Okay, but are you convinced that he understands the difference between weather and climate and the difference what global warming means? But what I'm more worried about is that they keep saying this over and over again. And remember, the Fox audience not that bright, right? So to them, that's a persuasive argument. They're like, yeah, that's right, man. It's cold in Montana. What the hell with weather? There's no change. Global warming. So the UN dispatch contributor, Matthew Cordell, was like, hey, you know what? I can't believe I have to do this, but let me explain the difference between weather and climate. So he wrote up a little thing, explanation. He's like, weather is the conditions in the atmosphere in a certain place during a certain time. Weather is always changing. Climate is what the weather is generally like over long periods of time, such as years or decades in a particular area. A place that has little rainfall has a dry climate, and a place that has high temperatures has a hot climate. And when we talk about global warming, we're talking about how the temperature has risen over a number of decades about 1 degree. We're worried that if it gets to 4 degrees, that is very, very dangerous, because small changes overall for how hot the planet is makes a big difference eventually in rising tides, shrinking Arctic, Antarctic, et cetera, right? And all the different environments changing. But right now we're talking about a 1 degree change. Doesn't mean that it's not going to get cold in Montana in the middle of the winter. What are you going to do with people? I mean, it's just they celebrate their own ignorance.